Hi my beautiful people, how are we YouTube? Every day with me, Nick reporting for duty. What a lovely day. You know what guys, when the sun's out it just makes you feel nicer, doesn't it, for some reason. I love the winter, don't get me wrong guys, I've said it many times in many videos, I love the winter, but there's nothing compares to being able to be working with a little bit of sun on you, t-shirt. Granted, I'm still wearing trousers. I just don't like having sawdust down me boots. I'm sorry, I haven't conquered that. We'll call it a nick, whatever you want to call it. I haven't conquered that thing yet. I've seen boot protectors actually that go like you wear them as like a sock, and it just covers the top of your boot. I'm thinking that's quite a clever idea. That. Anyway, I'm rambling. Wow, Christ. Got a job I want to do for myself today. Can you believe it? How selfish of me, wanting to do work, milling for myself. I know, it's crazy guys. What it is, in our house, I need some skirting boards and some architrave. Now, I did have skirting and architrave down. We did some DIY in the house. We put we had a new floor laid. Luxury vinyl tiling, LVT, and when we had to take the old floor up, which was laminate, and then to take the skirting off because the laminate was laid first, then the skirting over the top, so we couldn't do it all. So I had to take that up, and because of the thickness difference, I couldn't leave the skirting down, otherwise there would have been a big gap. So I took the skirting up, but as the skirting come off, it obviously broke in places. So that was binned. We didn't manage to salvage that, and I'm wanting to make my own. I think I just want a nice, simple, 150mm tall, 20mm thick, bull nose, round over skirting boards. Really simple. None of this fancy, whatever you want to call it. I know there is a special name for it, can't remember it now. None of this fancy stuff, I just want nice and simple. So I have two options. Well, I have more than two options, but I have two options that I could have gone with. One, I've got some nice sticks of oak in the yard at the moment. I've got this one here, which is bloody big, and I don't even know if the tractor would lift it. I probably am going to say it won't lift it. But this log is 12 foot 1 inches, okay? Actually 12 foot and a half inch, okay? And it would, yeah. Okay. Sorry about that guys. It would more than do the job. So that was that one. The next one I have is this one here, for a little bit of odd pattern growth up here, because it looks like it had a big stem coming off. This one is just less than 8 foot, so not really what we want. So that's not going to work. Well, that piece isn't going to work. I also have these sticks here, no idea what they are. Apparently they were some sort of maple family in the UK, part of a maple family in the UK. I'm just going to take the man's word for it. I couldn't tell you. So not going to work. The next thing I have, or the next option I've got, is ash. Now ash, very similar, what they call what do they call, poor man's oak, I believe is one of the expressions used for ash. And I have a big bundle of it here. I have about 23 tonne left of it here, and I have earmarked a log, and the log that I've looked and I see that I'm keen on having is that one there. Very straight, not much whoop and swoop and anything to it. Ends have got a little bit of checking in them, but I need to get it milled now and get it stickered so that it's ready, I don't know, in a few months time. This log is 2.96 meters long, or 9 foot 6, 7, 8. 9 foot 8.5. Okay, and it looks like a good log. I say there is a bit of a checking going on at this end, hoping that it's not going to go too deep. But what I need is I'd like to have 20 lengths, but if I had 30 lengths I'd be very, very happy. So that means I need to make 2 cants, or 2. It needs to be really good, this and all. I have no idea if it's going to work out. I need to have 2 pieces, 2 cants cut at 170mm, and that would give me, obviously I can finish that down to 150mm. I think it would work. I think it's going to work. I know what ash is like once I mill into it. If there's any tension it's going to bow. Is it going to be a problem? I don't know yet. We'll give it a go. If nothing else, I can salvage it and make it for all these chairs that I'm making. Going to be using the Norwood HD38. Brilliant mill. I need to level it up yet, but it is in its position ready to get leveled up and everything. I'm going to put a new Stellicut band on. I'm not going to run this any longer. The last time I was using it was running fine, but it does feel it's not got that tacky sharp feeling anymore. So I am going to take it off and I am going to put a new one on, and I want to put that into my sharpen pile, and we're going to experiment with some old ones before we actually get to that. Okay, so that's the band we're going to do. So that's today's jobs. Well, one of today's job. Another job that I'm going to do. I'm not sure if anybody else has seen it on YouTube or has thought about it, but I'm going to make some skidding, slab drying pallets. All right. So what that log was 2.95, so nearly 3 meters long. I'm going to make a skidding pallet that's 3 meters long. Okay, and what I mean with that is it'll have two skids on it, but I'll have a spacing in between that's going to be for like a pallet basically, but I'll have 2 spaces for where the forks can go in and pick it up, and I can move that around the yard and out the way and put it to wherever I need it to dry. I'd like to take it all inside, but I just haven't got the space yet. I might have a look, see if I've got somewhere to put 3 meters. I would prefer it to be in there, but also I would prefer it to be outside with some airflow around it. I am going to cover it so it's not direct into sunlight. That's the worst thing for it. If I can cover it over, I would be very happy with that. So that's today's plans. Enough of me babbling. 8 minutes and a half gone. Let's get to it. Let's get this mill leveled up, and we'll get that log dug out and get it on the mill. Right, thank you everyone for coming back to us. Want to do a little channel shout out before I start. I've been following his channel for a few years now, and he's commented on my videos, and you know, as a community we're all out there to help each other out. Go check out Appalachian Farmstead, I believe his name is, so go check him out, and he's nearly at 1,000 subs, and he's also got a secondary channel that just does the sawmill and firewood sort of side of things, so go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description and anywhere else for him, so go head over to him and say hello. He only needs about 40 or 50 more subscribers, so please go check him out. Right guys, we'll see you soon. I just want to tell you, this is the first band. Just take it off here. This is the first band of the Stellicut range that I've actually taken off before it's broken. I haven't really told you guys all that much about what's been going on in the background, but I have broken up to now 5 Stellicut bands before the rated hours that they're rated for. Alright, so say if they're last 10 times longer than a standard band, I should be getting at least 20 to 30 hours. I was barely getting 4 to 5 hours out of them before they were breaking. Norwood have been on board all the way through. I've been talking with Andy Dudley from Global Machinery Solutions, who is the UK rep for Norwood and Frontier Sawmills, and he has been talking with Norwood, in particular Josh Ince, which I know Josh as well personally, from the APF show. Now, I was put in a group with them, with both Josh and Andy, and we were discussing about obviously what could be going wrong, what's going wrong, is it a bad batch, this, you know, all sorts of things. Now, part of my side of things, I had to provide evidence of how the mill is. So band wheels, the idler belts on the pulleys on the wheels, tension, everything else, set up in the guide rollers and everything else. Now, fortunately, Andy Dudley has been here twice, and he's seen the first. He reported back of his findings the first time he came, so everything was, you know, to Andy's satisfaction as such. Now, it still carried on, so I think I'd broke 3 blades by then, and then I've broke a further 2 more since then, and I was on my last band. So that band is actually the last one that I have. So I've had 6. I had a trial one, and then I had 5. And yeah, it happens. 5 blades have broken, so they sent me out a new pack with a different batch number and everything else like that, assuming that there was a problem with the batch of them, okay, or the steel. Now, I do like these blades. I think they're cut really nice and very true and steady as well. Never had an issue with waviness cuts, other than like maybe the way that I've been operating, too fast into a cut maybe, but you know what, they are pretty good. So if you don't know, the Steli cut blades have got every 3rd tooth have got a stellite material either welded or brazed on there, and it basically acts as a kerf. So you know you've got teeth going that way and that way, like alternating angles. Basically the kerf is the Steli cut tooth that's in the middle one, is exactly the same as them, that kerf size apparently. So they actually do pretty well, but needless to say, excellent bands, and you know, going forward, hopefully we have resolved the breakage issue. Again, hopefully it was just a bad batch of bands that I received. It happens. I'm in the steel industry myself, and I know it happens. You know, we have different grades of steel sometimes, and quality control might have slipped. So I'm not really blaming anyone. But what I will say is that I'm very happy with how Norwood has reacted with these bands. So thank you, Norwood, thank you, Josh, thank you, Andy. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody, thank you. So I've got the band on. It's actually very clean in here. I've been milling larch recently, and I haven't even touched anything in here. I didn't blow anything, I didn't wipe anything, as you can see, but that was the only sawdust that was left behind. What I will say, Norwood, if you do get to watch this, I do not like this design. I don't like the tensioning system. I think it's a bit weak, and the reason I say it's a bit weak is because my tensioner is coming off the back of the body quite some, because it's I've tensioned it up and it's pulling it over. If we had another fixing here to pull everything closer to the body, I think that would be much better. Now obviously it's working, it's worked a lot for other people, but I need to see if I can add a bracket on the back side of this. See if I can add a bracket, you know, maybe it's solid to make it work better. I don't know. I just don't know yet. We'll figure something out eventually. Another thing that I'm thinking of doing, and I have asked, and the reply was a little bit cryptic, but what I would like to see on this mill is chains for the lift and lower instead of ropes. I think chains would be hell of a lot more accurate, and the stretch of it wouldn't happen as much as what wires do. So that's what I'm aiming for eventually. I'll figure out a chain system for it. Pretty much keep with how I've kind of got things, but just slightly different. We'll see that in the future. When I've got my boffin brain on. When my boffin brain isn't working at the moment. So yeah. Right guys, I've got that done now, so let's get it tensioned up and let's get this log pulled out of the pile. Okay, got the log on, the tractor there is. It's actually quite a nice log. I hope that it remains as beautiful on the inside as what it looks like on the outside. Just trying to figure out what the small end, big end is. But you know what? It's pretty much one of the better logs I've seen out of the ash delivery I had for the saw logs. So, I thought I was missing a dog there, but no, she's behind me. And I've got the other one running around like crazy because she loves shadows and reflections. Good old game hunting dog she is, Roxy. Calm down, girl, you'll do yourself a heart attack. You're 9-year-old now. You, yes? 9-year-old, but act like a 2-year-old. Right, see what we've got. 455 18-inch. Yeah. 460. So I'm gonna go with I'd say that one was the big end. So that's the small end. Yep. So we'll put that end on first. I've got some slight checking there, hoping that's not going to be an issue. We'll find out. Just glad I've got my own work going on. Right, so we've got the log on the mill and we just need to figure out what we're doing with it. Now we know we need to make it 100, we need to make these pieces 170 mil. So I need to have a, we need to make it 172.5, 173, which would give us 200, 340, 346. I need a 346 mil cant, and yeah, should be able to get that from that. Now I'm hoping and praying it's got no tension in this log, should just be smooth. Alright, let's see how she goes. just take down a 25mm board now. Not quite getting the size I need here, so instead of doing them 170 I might make them 160. That gives 10mm plus 150, so should be, I'd like the finished product to be 150 wide, so well, when I rip them down and things, so 160, yeah, it should work. I'll go down 20mm this time. Normally focus, I tell you what, I might actually do that. I might flip it 180 and then I could get the full height then, and then it's yeah, okay, we're doing that. You see, I'm terrible, absolutely terrible. I can never stick to a plan. I make a plan in my head and I completely disregard it. Woo! Sorry, Norwood. Okay. So I know I'm going to be handling this log again and again, but I'd rather make sure I've got exactly what I need, because this is a nice log, I think. I mean, you know it's a nice log, or you know I'm doing a good job. Why? Because I've got a wire brush out. You never see me with a wire brush, guys. I have a debarker. I think it's up the other property. And I think if I had that here, I'd probably use that. That's how serious we are. I want some brownie points off Laura. This is what I'm doing. I'm being a good partner. I have all this equipment and not do your own work. Okay, so this is one of those times when I can use a framing square, speed square, something to check off that bunker straight up against it. So I'm going to go check that now. There we go, perfect. Let's see what that's like. Take one more board off here, 25mm, and then we'll turn it. Just going to use down cut mode. Down cut mode, 25mm selected, and press down on the joystick. Cut, press the plus button. That'll take the blade up over the cant that we've just cut back to this end. Okay. Okay, now we need to find 165mm. Basically, we're just going to use manual mode, go down to 165mm. And go down and measure it. Okay, not sure what happened there. Computer camera just went game over. We've got all the pieces here. I've got more than I actually thought here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Plus about 6 in there, 7, 8, 6 or 8 in there. So that's you know, I said 20, 30 would be ideal, but I've still got some to cut down yet. So I've got some flitches to cut down. Now, what I might do is take them on to the table saw, cut them on the table saw. I don't know yet. But anyway, I'm going to use the tractor, take them over into that direction, into the doorway, so that I can. It saves me walking over there with them, basically. And I've got a couple of pieces left here. One of them is usable, but it's 32 at each end, goes down into 24 into the middle. So it's obviously gone thick, thin, thick. So I don't know what to do with that one yet. I'll have a look at that in a bit, or soon. But right, let's get. I might be able to work somewhere. Let's get these slabs, get these boards into the workshop, get them stickered up, get them stacked out of the sun, because otherwise I'm going to get some cracking going on. Right, be back soon.